I have 3 younger sisters, and each time one of them has turned 30, we've tried to plan a night away together to celebrate. The middle of my younger sisters, however, turned 30 during lockdown, and at the time was living far from us. Now that she's in Nova Scotia, and the littlest babies aren't quite so little anymore, we decided it was high time to celebrate her 30th properly. Even though technically she's just turned 34, we're having a still 30 girls' weekend. We've booked an Airbnb in Chester, one of our favorite coastal villages on the South Shore. We'll take our time heading over to the other side, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from where we are on the North Shore. There's a bakery and a vintage market in one town, and a coffee barn and some antique shops in another, and we'll just meander our way through all the little towns along the way. Being that we're staying in a rental, I won't be able to decorate everything beforehand as if we were having it here, but I still want it to feel like we're celebrating. There are a few things I always like to do to make it feel special, things that are easy to carry along with us. It ends up being a sort of birthday basket, a basket full of all the festive things. The first are a few balloons because it is a birthday after all. You can find tiny balloons in various colors, usually ones used for filling out balloon arches. So I've used those to do a small bunch of balloons before. It's fun, but much more discreet than a bunch of large helium ones. I also found number balloons in pretty neutral colors, which only take 2 minutes to blow up. The second thing in the birthday basket is a small little floral arrangement. A bouquet of flowers is always a lovely gift, but when we're out and about, we don't want it wilting. If it's something smaller and in water, it will be perfectly fine. And it doubles as an arrangement, either on a cafe table or in the rental. Lastly, little Favour bags. I love putting together Favour bags with just a few bits and bobs. Last time I did a bar of French soap and a little muslin bag of different spring bulbs to plant. It was the autumn. This time, our favors will be things that we'll use for a spa night. I've included a few girly bits, some feminine boot socks with lace tops, a cotton embroidered scrunchie, and some simple pearl earrings. Then, some things for a girly pamper. Some gel toe dividers, a rose petal bath bomb, some face sponges, a pumice stone, even a tiny box of Belgian chocolate shells. With a little creativity, you can put together some really nice little bags without having to spend a lot. Aside from visiting all the little shops and walking around town, we planned a few activities. I, being the eldest, to the surprise of no one, always like to have a bit of an itinerary. Nothing we need to strictly adhere to, but just a plan to make the most of our time away. One of my sisters is a painter, and she's going to be doing a painting class with us, which we all love. She does gorgeous work. I have a couple small paintings of hers and one large piece that she's done. I'll come up with some sort of fun drink to sip while we're doing this, and maybe an appetizer or something. And then later on, while we're sitting around doing pedicures and facials, I'll do a grazing board for dinner. Just some picky bits to enjoy while we're sitting and catching up. Crackers and crusty breads, cheeses, cured meats, that sort of thing. It's easy to just bring all the ingredients and assemble it there. And it's perfect because you don't need a full kitchen and no one has to do any cooking. We've been looking forward to this time away for months. It's not often we all get together, and very rarely is it without our husbands and children. Proverbs 17 verse 22 says, "A merry heart doeth good like a medicine." When we're together, there's no shortage of laughter. But it's also nice to have some time to sit and chat about things we don't always get into over messaging. When we moved out to Nova Scotia, we left all of our family behind. We knew no one here. But within a few years, first my parents, and then each of my sisters and their families have followed us out. I never thought that was even a possibility, and I will always be so thankful the Lord worked it out like that. So, it will be a wonderful little trip away. And when we return, since we're all together, we'll spend the next afternoon celebrating Mother's Day with our mom. One fun girls thing to the next.